case study straight away, and then we will get into the Pareto. So first of all, Pareto is one of the 7 basic quality control tool. When I say Pareto, it is actually a graph. It is actually a graph. Sometimes we call it Pareto plot. It is one of the 7 basic quality control tool. It is very helpful in prioritization. It is very helpful in prioritization. So what is prioritization? If you have multiple choices, which is most important to you, right? If you have multiple choices, let's say you get, multiple job offer all of a sudden next week. There are 3 companies which are, willing to give you, willing to take you. All the 3 companies are given the offer letter. Now, which offer letter will you accept? Now you have to prioritize your decision. Which is more beneficial? Am I correct? Which is more beneficial out of the 3 offer letters? Which is more beneficial? Which is more convenient, right? And considering certain factor, you will prioritize and then finally accept one of the offer. This is called prioritization. Similarly, in your company, there could be many, many problems that might exist. Which problem is most important? Which is solving which problem is more beneficial? All these questions, you can answer beautifully with the help of the tool called Pareto plot. Pareto can also be used to thoroughly understand a problem. Pareto can also be used to thoroughly understand a problem. If you use Pareto in that manner, that is called, problem stratification. That is called problem stratification. I am typing it in the chat box. So Pareto can be used for problem understanding. Problem understanding. Pareto can also be used for prioritization, whether it is a problem, whether it is a root cause, or whether it is a solution, whether it is a number of projects, you will be able to prioritize with the help of Pareto, right? So the purpose of Pareto is prioritization. Another one is stratification. What is stratification? Diving deeper and thoroughly understanding, the problem. So now I'm going to take you through Minitab. All of you, please confirm. Can you see my screen right now? This is nothing but the screen of a software called Minitab. All of you, can you see my cursor moving?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the place where you see my cursor moving, that is called worksheet. That is called worksheet. Let me type it here. Worksheet. The worksheet is similar to your Excel worksheet, right? You can type your data here. You can copy paste the information or data from Excel to here. And you can see there are many, white color area where you can see rows and columns. All right. That's where you can actually type your data. The very first row is gray in color. Hope all of you can see that, right? The very first row is gray in color. This is called header. For every column, you can have a header, like header 1. I mean, some title, right? You can give title. So in that manner, you can give the header and then you can type the values, right? 23. Suppose if I am collecting all your age, maybe I want to collect your name, and then I want to collect your age, and then I want to collect your height. All that I can do. So name I have Vindra. Oh, sorry. I have Vindra. Okay, let me type it here. Column 11. Data type. Numeric to text. Numeric column 12. Where is 12? Data. Numeric to text. Column 12. That is also in
Hear your notifications.
column 12. I think it should be now. All right. So I have changed the formatting here so that I can type also. Now we have names, some names, Murugaraj. And then we have our Vindra. Then I have our Amol. And now I can type their age also, something here, right? So this is how you can develop data, and that is done. And now coming here, this area is called session window. This area is called session window. Here you get your statistical reports. Here you get your statistical reports. So what are the two areas you are seeing in the Minitab screen? One is worksheet. The other area is session window. In worksheet, you can key in your data. You can key in your data. Then in the session window, you get your report. Now, I want you to, one of you, to read out the column number 1. Can you please read out column number 1, one of you? I have highlighted.
Defective button.
Okay.
Loose thread.
Okay.
Misaligned fabric.
Okay.
Fabric stains. Stitching
Okay.
defects.
Okay.
Hemming defects. Coloring errors.
Yeah. Now tell me, what do you understand by reading out these defects? Can you understand the kind of industry from where the data is collected?
Garments.
Excellent. This is, see, all of you, you can participate and you can also answer, right? It's a garment industry, or you can sometimes call it textile industry, right? So it's a garment industry. So these are nothing but the defects that happens in that garment industry. These are nothing but the defects that happen in that garment industry. Let's say there are a lot of such defects happening. So there are many customer complaints coming on every day. Literally every day, at least 1 or 2 customer comes, and then he is literally shouting. The company do not know where to focus. The company do not know where to focus. Now looking at the data, can you tell me what is that the company should immediately focus? All of you, just look at the data and tell me what should be the focus.
Defective button.
Wow, very good. So since there are only few columns, I mean few rows, you could easily figure out it is defective button. Now let us plot a graph for that purpose. We just go to this option, stat, then go to quality tools, then come to Pareto. Stat, quality tools, then you come to Pareto. We have come here now. Now Minitab is asking, where is the defects information? Defects information is available in column number 1. You click and then select. Frequency, where is it available? Column 2. Click and then select. That's all. Now you give OK. Now all of you, please confirm. Can you see a good Pareto? Can you all see a Pareto here?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now what is this Pareto telling you straight away? Now already our Ram Ganesh has confirmed. The same thing, can you see the Pareto also confirming? Defective button is the focus area. The company has to first focus on killing the defective button. Can one of you tell me why the company should focus on killing the defective button first, not the other things? Why the priority should be given here?
Top Pareto.
Because,
Topmost concern.
yes, the topmost problem in terms of frequency of occurrence. In terms of frequency of occurrence, within 1 month time, there are 217 instances a defective button is noticed. All of you can understand? The data is collected over a period of 30 days. And in that 30 days, there are 217 instances a defective button case is noticed. Your quality control department or your QC managers have recorded that 217 cases are rejected due to defective button. Total number of cases reported within that period is 492. Since out of 492, 217 are defective button. So what is the percentage contribution? Will you be able to calculate the percentage contribution? The total number of defects is 492. You can see all the numbers. You sum up all the numbers. How many it is? 492. Out of the 492, defective button alone is 217. So what is the percentage it is coming? Will you be able to calculate?
42.1.
Very good. That is written here. You all can see 44.1%. So Pareto gives two kind of information. One is the frequency of occurrence that you can see by looking at the height of the bar. The height of the bar corresponds to 217. Can you all see that? Similarly, the 44.1% is telling us that 44% of the customer complaints are due to defective buttons. Out of 100 complaints, 44 complaints are related to defective buttons. You can see that by coming to the right side of the y-axis. Can you see that 44, all of you?
Yes.
Very good. So this 44 is called cumulative percentage. You can see a blue color curve here, thin curve that is going on, isn't it? This is this point, every dot here represents cumulative percentage. Now the next important problem in terms of the frequency is stitching defects. As far as the stitching defect is concerned, the count observed is 112. The 112 in comparison to 492, it is 22%. It is 22%. But combining the stitching defect and the defective button, the cumulative percentage is 66.9%. Can one of you tell me how this 66.9 is arrived?
Defective button and stitching defect will be added.
Yeah, you are adding the percentage together. If these two problems are considered together, that will now contribute to 66.9%. That is this dot is representing. Can you see 66.9 when I come to the right side? Are you able to notice?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Very good, right? So the right side is cumulative percentage, the left side is frequency. Now coming to the third defect, which is loose thread. There are 67 instances. A loose thread case is reported. Comparing to 492, it is 13.6%. So combining the first three problems, the cumulative percentage is 80.5. So this third point is representing 80.5. That is what you can see here. That means now I understand one thing. 80% of the customer complaints are related to the first three defects. All of you, can you see that? 80% of the customer complaints are due to three defects. The major one is defective button. The second one is stitching defect. And the third one is loose thread. Somehow, if I fix these three problems, 80% of the customer complaints will vanish. Am I correct with my language? Come on, all of
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes.
If I work on the first three problems, 80% of the customer complaints will simply vanish, right? So this is the advantage of doing a Pareto, right? Constructing a Pareto. Now, here there is this symbol. Please understand. This symbol represents session window. If I click here, I will come to the session window, right? If I click this is for worksheet. I can see the worksheet, right? So you can always minimize it and so that you can see both. All right. Now coming here. So we now understood one thing. Now 80% of the customer complaints are due to three defects. What are the three defects? First one, defective buttons. Second one,
Stitching defect.
stitching defects.
Such a
And the
different-
third one, loose thread, right?
Loose thread.
And now, if you need to focus on these three defects, this is called 80-20 rule. This is called 80-20 rule. 80% of the rejections are due to 20% of the defects. 80% of the rejections are due to 20% of the defects. What are those defects? You have seen 1, 2, 3. Defective button, stitching defects, loose thread. Similarly, let us take some other example. Let us say you are running a restaurant. If you are running a restaurant, in the menu card, how many items will be there? Let's say a big restaurant, right? 100 seating capacity. Now, how many items will be there in a menu card?
Yeah, number.
Approximately 50.
Okay. So let me say, no, let me make it bigger, right? 100 items. If you look at the business, right? The revenue the hotel is generating. Otherwise, 80% of the revenue are generated from 20% of the items in the menu card. Am I correct? If you are running a restaurant, what are those 20% of the items in the menu card? It will be for idli. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
What are the other items? That will be fast moving. Idli, dosa,
Chapati.
meals, chapati, pongal, vada. That's all right. So these are the major items from where the revenue is coming. But there will be other items, 80 items, but then they contribute very less. This is called 80-20 rule. This tool was introduced by an Italian economist. His name is Wilfred Pareto. He found that 80% of the land in Italy, the 80% of the land in Italy is owned by 20% of the people in Italy. So the first time he noticed this, and later on the tool, the understanding has become very popular, 80-20 rule, and people started calling it as Pareto rule also. Similarly, in India, 80% of the wealth is owned by 20% of the people or 20 people. Come on. Shall I put 20% or 20?
20%.
Okay. All right. So optimistic, 20%. So likewise, you can write many statements. 80% of the space in warehouse is occupied by 20% of the products. Am I correct? Similarly, in your company also, 80% of the revenue is generated from 20% of the products. 20% of the employees are responsible for 80% of the results. Am I correct? Is it true? 20% of the employees contribute to 80% of the results. Is it true?
Yes.
So this is, the use of statistics, these kind of understanding, how we understood all these things based on our, our practical experience. We have many times we have seen this 80-20 rule working, and so you can use it as a rule. Now going back to the problem. Now which problem is bigger in magnitude? Defective buttons. Since it is bigger in magnitude, I want to understand more about the defective button. So I am asking my project team to get me the split up of this 217. What are the dates? Where are these defects have come from? What am I asking? When are those defects reported? And where are these defects have come from? Now my team is bringing me this information. I want one of you to read out. Come on, all of you, be interactive and better, be on video. Otherwise,
government,
I will lose the interest. Yeah.
It is mentioned there.
Okay.
Mistake
Pants.
of government pants, shirt, chudidar, kurti, and frock.
Okay. Now, what do we understand? There are majority of the defects. Majority of the defective button cases are reported from the shirt section. Now my super focus is only in the shirt section. Because I want to work less, at the same time, I want to produce more result, right? For that purpose, now I am going to plot another graph. Which is, let me plot the same graph. I should go to stat. I should go to quality tools. Then I should go to Pareto. Now, where is the defect information available? Column number 6. Count information available in column number 7. I give these two details and I am giving OK. Now, this graph is letting me understand that majority of the defective button cases are coming from the shirts section. All of you, can you see this? All of you, can you understand where from the problems are coming more frequently? From the shirt section. From the shirt section. So your primary focus should be in the shirt section. All right. And now I am asking my team, even the number of defects in the shirt section is too high, 146. I am again asking the split up of 146. What are these 146? Are they button damage? Are they button alignment issue? Are they something related to stitching of the button? I am asking. So my team is able to get me the data. And now the split up of 146 is given here. Can you all see here, read here? What are the split up of 146?
Misalignment, damage, stitch.
Okay, there are 3 types of issues, related to the defective buttons within the shirt section. So I am going to plot a Pareto now. Now all of you are going to guide me. Tell me how to plot a Pareto now. Which option I should use here?
Start, quality tools.
Stat, then
Quality
tool, then
Pareto.
Okay. Now which column I should choose?
Defect C9.
C9. Let me choose C9. Okay, let me choose C9. Okay, I click and select. And now in the frequency, I will select C10.
C10.
Click and select.
C10.
Now what should I do?
Okay.
Okay. Now I understand. The problem is rejections due to defective buttons in the shirt section and specifically due to button misalignment. How many of you can now understand the issue properly? All of you, can you understand the specific issue that is going on in the company?
Yes.
What is the specific issue? Will you be able to summarize now?
Misalignment.
Rejections due to button
Button.
misalignment in the shirt section. Is this understanding better now?
Yes, sir.
Is this understanding better than the initial discussion? Initially,
yes.
initially we thought, no, there is a problem. And now we know what is the problem. Earlier, there is a problem. But now we know what's exactly the problem. We also know where is the problem exactly. The shirts are getting produced in the third floor within the factory. Within the garment factory, shirts are getting produced in the third floor. And now the project team's focus is limited only to third floor. The kind of defects that are happening in fourth floor, the kind of defects that are happening in ground floor, first floor, second floor are none of your business. Your business is to control the defects that are happening in shirt section. That too, particularly button misalignment. The scope of the project is now clearly understood. Do you think this plotting this Pareto is really helpful in understanding the problem? Yes.
Yes.
And the method of dividing a Pareto into next division. I mean, this is called a bigger Pareto is divided into many small Pareto. This technique is called stratification. This technique is called stratification. Let me go to session window. This is the icon. I'm clicking here. So stratification. Stratification means we are digging down. That means we are diving deeper. Nothing but we are trying to understand well. We are trying to understand well. So now what is the title of the project? Reducing the rejection rate from 10% to 5%. Reducing the rejection rate due to button misalignment issues in the shirt section. In the shirt section of Sigma garments. All of you, do you now understand the project now? Project title is now, attractive title is given. Can you all see that?
Yes.
One of you, can you read out the title
Yes.
now?
Reducing the
Come on, unmute.
rejection percentage due to button misalignment.
Button misalignment issue in the shirt section of Sigma garments. Everything is now
Sigma.
spelled out correctly. The project is properly titled because the problem is properly understood. Now, let us assume the garment industry, which we are talking about, Sigma Garments, is a fairly big company, and the shift to production. That means number of units per shift. Can you tell me a number? How many shirts the industry might produce in one shift? Let us say, it's a fairly a big company. Let's say there are about 3,000 people working inside. Can you just tell me a number? How many shirts they might be producing per shift?
400.
Okay. So 400 shirts per shift. That's the production rate. And now the current rejection rate is 10%. Current rejection rate is 10%. That means, what is 10% of 400?
40 sets.
40 shirts per shift is getting rejected. Please note, the kind of shirts they produce is an export quality. Even a small defect, the item will not be exported. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
They don't export the reworked pieces, so they will generally reject those pieces. Maybe they go to some secondary market, but it will not be exported. Now, so 40 shirts per shift is rejected. Now, what is the cost associated? How much could be the cost of one shirt? Export quality shirt, 1,000 rupees. Shall I put 1,000 rupees? How much it is then? If it is 1,000 rupees, assumed as 1,000 rupees, what will be the cost of poor quality? Come on, these are easy questions, right? 40,000 rupees per shift. All of you understand how the calculation is going here?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. And now the company is working for 3 shifts. So the cost of poor quality per day will be equal to 40,000 multiplied by 3 shift. So how much it is going to be?
1,20,000.
1,20,000 rupees per day is the cost of poor quality. Right. And now in a month, if the problem continues, if the problem is left unattended, then the cost of poor quality per month will be 1.2 lakhs multiplied by, probably the company will work for 25 days. Can you please tell me how much will be the total cost of poor quality? 25 days, 1.2 lakhs a day. How much it will be? Simple max.
$37.5.
37.5. Let me just, very good. Thank you. So it is 1.2 into 25. Yes. No, 1.2 into 25 is 30 lakhs. Am I correct?
So 30.
30 lakhs. Do the calculation. You can use your calculator.
Yes,
30
teacher.
lakhs per month. Now I want to know the cost of poor quality per year. That is annual cost of poor quality. That will be 30 lakhs multiplied by 12. How much that is going to be? 3.6 crores. All of you. Correct? Is it correct?
3.6.
So how much is the cost of poor quality for a problem which we understood, which we are going to address? How much is the loss? 3.6 crores. This loss is, recurring loss. If it is unattended, every month the company will be losing the money. Every year company will be losing the money. So it's a very burning problem. It must be attended, right? And now, if my project is successful, what will happen to the rejection rate? Can you tell me? What is the project goal here?
5%.
10% to 5%, right? So out of these 3.6 crores, I have the potential to save at least 1.8 crores. Am I right? If my project is successful, what will be the financial benefit to the company?
1.8.
This is called business case. What is it called? Business case. This 1.8 crore is a direct benefit. Direct financial benefit. Direct financial benefit is 1.8 crores annually. Now tell me, will there be any indirect benefits? Will there be any indirect benefits? Come on, all of you are expected to be participative here. Will there be any indirect benefit? If you don't produce defective shirts, will there be
Yes,
any
sir.
indirect
Market
benefit?
share will be
Yes, point number one.
market value will be increased.
Okay, your brand image will go up, right? The brand image will go up. Then what else?
Share price increase.
Yes.
Share price increase. Market share, company share price. will
Okay,
increase.
okay. Company share price will go up. Very good. Share price will increase. What else? You will be able to make on-time deliveries. Am I right? If there are no rejections,
Yes.
you will be able to deliver on time. Customer satisfaction will improve. As a result, customer retention will improve. Am I right? And then you will be able to attract new customers. What else? Any other benefit possible? Your workplace will be free from clutters. Am I correct with all the points? Why all of you are keeping quiet? All the points are correct?
Yes.
Sir.
Then any other point? Employee motivation level will improve. Am I right? Because there are no frustrations. If there are too many rejections, there will be arguments, there will be questions, and that will build up tension. But now motivation level is. Can you see many indirect benefit? All of you. Can you
Yes,
see?
sir. Further discuss.
Yes, yes.
So there is direct benefit. The direct benefit means your immediate financial benefit. Direct benefit in accounts only immediate financial benefit. But when I include the indirect benefits, it also takes into account my future financial benefit. Can you see that, all of you? Yes or no? Both put together is called profitability. Both put together is called profitability. Your today's profit as well as your future profit. Both can increase. Is that understood, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, so the business case is understood. The problem is understood. Now the goal is also understood. The goal is reduce the rejection from 10% to 5%. The goal is reduce rejection from 10% to 5%. Can somebody tell me why we fixed 5% from 10 to 5%? Why not 8%? Why not 9%? Why not 1%? Any idea?
It is decided by top level management.
Come again, Amol. What is that?
Top level management, if they will decide it. So that
Okay.
is-
Okay. So see this. You can do some benchmark study. This is called benchmarking. Like your own previous record. Your company earlier used to maintain rejection less than 5%. It is only last few months rejections have shooted up, or otherwise your competitors are maintaining rejections well below 5%. So based on those references, what we call it, benchmarking. You have fixed this 5%, but after achieving 5%, we will try to bring it down to 3% or 2%. And then finally, we try to bring it below 1%, right? So that's the basis. It should be realistic. Always your goal should be smart. Your goal should be smart. Smart means the S stands for goal should be specific. Is our goal specific in nature? 10% to 5%?
Yes.
And then goal should be measurable. And then goal should be achievable. And then goal should be relevant. Relevant. And goal should be time bounded. Since they mentioned time bounded, I will write it like this. Reduce rejection from 10% to 5% within 60 days. Now my goal statement is very clear. Can you see that? Reduce rejection rate from 10% to 5%, in the shirt section and the button misalignment case within 60 days. Now your goal is SMART goal. Now you should be able to write about the scope. What is the scope of your project? There are two things you need to write here. One is in scope. What is in scope? Your project is limited to shirt section. Am I correct? Yes or no? Your
Correct.
project is limited
Yes.
to shirt section. According to the project, you are not going to do anything in the pant section, anything in other section. Your only focus is the shirt section. And that too, you are going to look into only defective buttons. That too, you are going to look into only the button misalignment cases. Button misalignment issue. This is in scope. Now, what is out scope? Out scope is other sections. What are the other sections? You know, no? Other than the shirts, there are many other sections. And then other defects. All of you, do you understand the scope of your project? Do you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Understood.
Do you think Pareto analysis is helpful before starting your project?
Yes.
Okay. So you all can plot a Pareto for the scenario in your company, right? For the scenario in your company. And if in your company, if there are certain burning issues going on, maybe, you can type it here. What kind of defects? What is the, current frequency? You type your values here. And then you can also plot a Pareto. And then you need to, understand the problem deeper. And, now your problem is well properly understood. And now it is ready to prepare a project proposal. And the project proposal is called project charter, right? So any questions to me on Pareto? Any questions on Pareto? Are we going good?
Yes, okay.
So I will show one project charter. Wait.